a story inspired to lull you to sleep. So relax, gentle dreamer, and let the soft hush of the evening settle over you like a silken shawl. Notice how the air around you feels just a little cooler than your skin, inviting you to nestle deeper into comfort. With every unhurried breath, imagine that you are inhaling a quiet, pearly light and exhaling any thought threads that feel too bright, too busy, or too tight. Everything else can wait until morning. For now, you are here, safe, drifting on the edge of a story woven especially for your rest. Our story today begins in Kyoto's storied Nishijin district, where narrow lanes wind between wooden townhouses, and every window seems to hold a quiet secret of color and light. It is late spring and Amatsuri banners have only recently been folded away. The season's first fireflies have started to blink along the Kamo River. A gentle breeze carries the faint notes of a shamisen rehearsal somewhere nearby, mixed with the comforting fragrance of cedar shingles warmed by the day's fading sun. In this hush, a modest workshop waits, paper lanterns glowing like small moons beyond a half-drawn bamboo blind. Inside, the air is cool and faintly sweet dyer's indigo, fresh rice paste, and the elusive hint of raw silk unspooled from cocoons. Tatami mats cushion every footstep, absorbing sound until even the smallest rustle feels amplified the whisper of a sleeve. Sliding across a loom beam, the shy creak of wood adjusting to nighttime humidity. A single clay brazier flickers near the far wall, its tiny flame licking at a bed of bench-tan charcoal. The embers crackle now and then, releasing miniature constellations of orange sparks that settle back into ash with a sigh. Seated before a large floor loom is Aya, a master weaver whose family has tended these threads for 6 unbroken generations. She adjusts the silk warp, a vertical array of threads stretched like the strings of a gentle harp, checking for equal tension by running her fingertips along the shimmering lines. Each thread catches the lantern light in a slightly different way: celadon green, plum blossom pink, soft candlelight gold. These hues are no accident. They have been prepared by her younger brother, a dyer who studied the centuries-old technique of use and zone, where rice-based resist patterns allow dyes to bloom like watercolors across the silk. As Aya works, a hush falls deeper still, and you sense your own body mirroring her steady rhythm. Her chatelaine elegant spindle carved from fragrant cedar glides to the left, trailing a weft thread of midnight blue silk. There is a pause so slight it might be a sigh, and then the shuttle returns to the right, settling the thread in place with a gentle clack. Left clack, right clack. The cadence is soothing, almost like the slow lap of waves against a wooden boat drifting on Lake Biwa. Your breath can follow that loop if you wish out on the left and on the right until even the notion of time slips quietly between the silken folds. Aya hums a lullaby older than the shogunate, a tune passed down one gentle voice at a time. It speaks wordlessly of early morning mist rolling over terrace rice fields, of temple bells echoing at dusk, of perseverance and grace embedded in every fiber of life. The notes seem to settle atop the loom like soft petals, joining the hush rather than disturbing it. You may find that each hum is like a hands-on shoulders moment of reassurance, warm and fleeting, urging your thoughts to soften further, to quiet to near silence. Consider for a moment the remarkable history carried in these threads. Silk first reached Kyoto more than a millennium ago, finding eager patrons among the imperial courtiers who adored garments seasonal poetry, wisteria lavender for early spring, maple crimson for autumn. Over centuries, the artisans of Nishijin perfected techniques such as Tsushiro-ori tapestry, where patterns are built pixel by pixel, thread by shimmering thread. Some tapestries depict entire scroll paintings, cranes in flight, pine trees stoic under snow rendered so finely that a single square inch can hold hundreds of distinct color shifts. Aya's family, though humble, keeps older sample swatches carefully rolled in cedar boxes, each accompanied by a calligraph note of which imperial birthday or tea gathering it once adorned. But tonight, Aya's commission is quieter, destined not for courtly celebrations, but for someone who values the subtler language of fabric. The design is a meditation on early summer rain, ripples in a koi pond, concentric and ever-expanding, a stray blossom floating, turning slowly in place, and in the distance, the almost imperceptible outline of Higashiyama's pagoda half veiled in mist. To render such softness, I alternates between silk spun and early spring slightly matte, catching lantern glow like moonlight on brushed paper and silk reeled mere weeks ago. So glossy it seems liquid even when still. Perhaps you notice how each new weft thread slides into its home, becoming indistinguishable from those laid before it. That is how peaceful thoughts weave into the broader cloth of your calm mind, each new breath settling seamlessly with the last. There is no need to hold on to any single sensation. They are all threads of the same soothing tapestry. As you listen, imagine the cloth taking shape not only on Aya's loom, but also within the quiet corners of your own awareness. Soft blues, pearled grays, pale greens, all the gentle shades that dusk drapes across Kyoto's tiled roofs. Outside, a late spring breeze glides through the narrow street, teasing a wine chime of repurposed glass sake cups hung near the door. They tinkle in gentle, irregular harmony, calling to mind the famed 100 shimmering bells said to have once lined the Kiyomachi Canal. The sound mingles with the faint murmur of night insects waking under the eaves, creating a subtle orchestral hush. You might imagine those sounds forming a protective veil around the workshop, and around you guarding this cocoon of stillness. Between pauses of the shuttle, it reaches for a slender bamboo stick topped with downy crane feathers and old-fashioned brush, used to coax occasional wayward strands back in line. She strokes the fabric with near imperceptible motions, and tiny motes of dust lift into the lantern light, spiraling before settling again. Watching that slow fall is like counting snowflakes, countless, unhurried, mysteriously comforting. You can picture each mote as the last vestige of wakefulness floating away, coming to rest outside your circle of ease. Your breath traces a relaxed arc now curving out, curving in without thought. If you choose, you can imagine numbers drifting backwards again, this time from 5 down to 1, aligned with the shuttle's rhythm. 5. The silk sheen deepens. 4. Muscles soften. 3. Thoughts thinner, like gossamer. 2. Almost transparent. And 1. Restful silence. Even as stray ideas rise, they do so distantly, as though on the other side of a quiet shruti screen, their outlines blurred and softened by rice paper. They cannot disturb you here. Aya pauses to sip from a small porcelain cup of roasted chicha. The faint toasty aroma mingles with the night air, wrapping the workshop in a comforting warmth reminiscent of hearth embers and cedar baths. She rests a hand upon the growing cloth, feeling its coolness under lantern light the way one might rest a palm on sense its hidden currents. The moment lingers suspended until the shuttle resumes its journey. Left plaque, right plaque. Each pass is a soft stroke on the canvas of the night, painting tranquility one heartbeat at a time. Outside, clouds drift across the half moon, momentarily dimming the lantern glow. In that hush, Aya's mind slips into a quiet recollection, stories her grandmother told of weaving for emperors who believed every garment carried a fragment of the weaver's own spirit. And so, she was taught, each thread must be handled with reverence, gratitude, and an undercurrent of joy. You may hear that joy in the silence itself, a gentle vibration between the notes of her lullaby. It is the same joy that fills the hush of a tea whisk frothing magic before dawn, or the gentle clatter of bamboo ladles at a mountain shrine's water basin. Allow that subtle joy to bloom within you, a delicate, weightless flower unfurling its petals in the privacy of your chest. There is no need to search for it. Simply notice the hint of warmth behind your breastbone, or perhaps the faintest smile touching your lips unbidden. It can be pleasant to drift on that feeling, like a leaf floating on the Kamo's clear shallows, spinning slowly, guided by currents unseen but entirely benevolent. The shuttle continues, and with every draw of thread, Aya measures progress not in centimeters but in breaths and heartbeats. In lullabies hum to drowsy silence. The cloth unrolls from the breast beam and bit by bit reveals the emerging pattern ripples ringed in silvery gray blossoms tinted blush, the faint silhouette of a distant pagoda. It's said that ancient weavers sometimes wove talismans of protection, tiny knots of red thread, hidden in the selves to guard the wearer from misfortune. Tonight, the talisman is the very story itself, wrapping around you in unseen layers, guiding you toward ever deeper rest. Through the paper screens, below distant drumbeat sounds, possibly the nightly watch signaling the hour of the dog, the traditional time when Kyoto's candles were once snuffed out by curfew. Instead of haste, the drum brings stillness, as though instructing every soul within earshot. Now, be at ease. Night is here. Rest is your rightful task. You can allow that instruction to settle inside you just as evenly as thread meets thread. Night is here. Rest is your rightful task. Somewhere beyond the city walls, fireflies blink in orchard shadows. Each brief light a promise that dawn will come precisely when it is meant to, without any assistance from thoughts buzzing inside a tired mind. If you'd like, imagine those fireflies drifting around the workshop, now tiny pavilions of dusk, weaving between the loom beams, leaving faint trails of invitation for your dreams to follow. You may even picture one settling softly upon the back of your hand, offering its light as a lantern guiding you deeper into sleep's sublime realm. Inside, the lantern flame steadies, and the color of the room seems to deepen indigo, growing richer, with darkening to warm chestnut, silk shimmering like a river beneath moonlight. Aya's shuttle slows. She checks the tension once more, fingers dancing across the warp with the familiarity of a lullaby's final refrain. She whispers a brief sutra, barely audible, letting the words flutter upward like incense smoke that curls and disappears above the rafters. You can feel the gentleness of that whisper, as though it were spoken beside your ear, assuring you that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And so, dear dreamer, as the loom's cadence continues in hurried, tender, perpetual, you may choose now to let the rest of the world fade entirely. Your breath, your heartbeat, the Nothing more is needed. The story will carry on in the background, weaving new images while you drift farther from waking shores. You may stay with my voice a little longer, or you may glide ahead into your own woven dreamscape. It is all the same cloth, all the same gentle purpose. For now, just listen to the soft hush, left clack, right clack. The shuttle moves. The night deepens and peace like silk slips over your shoulders, settling perfectly into the folds of sleep. The loom continues its gentle rhythm, a steady pulse in the quiet heart of the workshop. Imagine the scent of aged wood, deepened by years of patient craft, mingling with the subtle earthy fragrance of natural dyes. The air is still, almost reverent, holding the quiet energy of creation like a secret whispered between generations. Time seems to soften here, stretching and bending around the loom, allowing each thread to find its perfect place in the growing tapestry. Aya pauses, her fingers worn smooth by countless hours of work tracing the emerging pattern on the silk. She closes her eyes, perhaps envisioning the person who will eventually wear this fabric, the moments it will witness, the stories it will silently hold. Each thread, she knows, carries a fragment of her spirit, whisper of the ancient traditions she upholds with such quiet devotion. It's more than just fabric, it's a legacy woven with care. Outside, the moon climbs higher in the inky sky, casting long, dancing shadows that sway across the delicate paper screens. The wind chimes, crafted from repurposed glass sake cups, tinkle softly, their delicate music weaving through the night air like a fragile melody. You might imagine the sounds of Kyoto slowly settling into slumber, the distant rumble of a late-night cart carrying vegetables to market, the soft murmur of voices drifting from a nearby tea house, the gentle rustling of bamboo leaves whispering secrets in the courtyard garden. All these sounds blend into a soothing symphony of the night. Aya picks up a small brush, its bristles worn soft and pliable with age, and carefully applies a touch of rice paste to a precisely defined section of the silk. The paste, made from finely ground rice flour and water, acts as a resist, preventing the dye from penetrating the fabric in those areas, allowing her to create intricate patterns and designs with remarkable precision. It's a delicate process requiring immense patience and a steady hand, a graceful dance between intention and the subtle unpredictability of chance. As she works, her mind drifts back to a story her grandfather used to tell, a tale of a legendary weaver who possessed the extraordinary ability to capture the very essence of a landscape in a single piece of silk. He would spend months, even years, studying the mountains, the rivers, the forests, absorbing their colors, their textures, their ever-shifting moods. Then, with painstaking care, he would translate his profound observations into intricate patterns, weaving silent stories of nature into every single thread. His tapestries were said to possess a life of their own, shimmering with the very spirit of the land. Aya smiles softly, remembering the tale. She knows she may never reach such extraordinary heights of artistry, but she strives with every fiber of her being to imbue her own work with the same spirit of reverence and deep connection to the natural world. Each piece of silk she creates is a meditation, a silent prayer, a heartfelt testament to the enduring beauty and quiet resilience of life itself. The shuttle glides back and forth, its rhythmic motion a soothing mantra that seems to resonate deep within your bones. You might imagine the threads of silk as strands of your own thoughts, gently weaving together to create a rich and comforting tapestry of calm and peace. Each breath you take is a thread, each heartbeat a tiny knot securing the pattern, each passing moment a delicate stitch in the ever-growing fabric of your dreams. Reaches for a small cup of cool water and carefully moistens a section of the silk. With a practiced hand, the water She watches with a patient eye as the indigo blooms across the silk, transforming the plain, unadorned fabric into a vibrant work of art, a testament to the transformative power of color. She thinks of the indigo plant, its deep, mesmerizing blue hues, a powerful symbol of strength, resilience, and the enduring mysteries of nature. Indigo has been used for centuries to dye fabrics, its rich color said to ward off evil spirits and offer protection to the wearer from harm. I feels a profound sense of connection to the countless generations of artisans who have worked with this remarkable plant, each one adding their own unique touch to the ancient and revered tradition. The loom continues its steady, unwavering rhythm, and the workshop seems to hum with a quiet, almost palpable energy. You might imagine the walls lined with countless bolts of silk, each one a different color, a different texture, a different story waiting patiently to be told. The air is thick with the comforting scent of natural dyes and aged wood, a fragrance that evokes vivid memories of ancient temples nestled in misty mountains and hidden gardens teeming with life. Aya pauses once more, her gaze drifting towards a small window that offers a glimpse into a tranquil courtyard garden. The garden is bathed in soft moonlight, its carefully arranged plants casting long, intricate shadows that dance and sway in the gentle breeze. She sees the familiar silhouette of a weathered stone lantern, its gentle light illuminating a small patch of vibrant green moss. She thinks of the moss, its soft, velvety texture, a potent symbol of tranquility, peace, and the quiet beauty of the natural world. Moss has been used in Japanese gardens for centuries, its presence said to evoke a profound sense of timelessness and serenity, inviting contemplation and inner reflection. I feels a deep sense of kinship with the moss, its quiet resilience, a constant reminder of the enduring power and unwavering beauty of nature. The shuttle glides back and forth, its rhythmic motion a soothing lullaby for the soul, a gentle invitation to let go of the day's worries and surrender to the embrace of sleep. You might imagine the threads of silk as strands of pure moonlight, weaving together to create a shimmering tapestry of dreams, a safe and comforting haven for your mind to wander. Each breath you take is a thread, each heartbeat a tiny knot securing the pattern, each passing moment a delicate stitch in the ever-growing fabric of your peaceful slumber. Reaches for a small pair of exquisitely crafted scissors and carefully trims a loose thread from the silk with meticulous precision. She examines the fabric closely, her keen eyes searching for any imperfections, any tiny flaws that might detract from its overall beauty and harmony. She is a perfectionist, driven by a deep-seated desire to create something truly exceptional, something that will stand the test of time. She thinks of the imperfections, the inherent flaws that are present in all things, both natural and man-made. She knows deep in her heart that true beauty lies not in the pursuit of unattainable perfection, but in the acceptance of imperfection as an integral part of the human experience. Each tiny flaw is a subtle reminder of the human touch, a testament to the fact that nothing is ever truly perfect, and that it is in these imperfections that true beauty often resides. The loom continues its steady, unwavering rhythm, and the workshop seems to resonate with a quiet harmony, a sense of balance and peace that permeates every corner of the room. You might imagine the sounds of the bustling city of Kyoto slowly fading into the distance, gradually replaced by the gentle whisper of the wind rustling through the bamboo groves, and the soft, comforting murmur of your own breath. The air is still, yet alive with the boundless energy of dreams, a safe and welcoming space where anything is possible, where your imagination can soar without limits. Aya pauses once more, her eyes closing gently. She takes a deep, cleansing breath, savoring the comforting scent of aged wood and the subtle, earthy fragrance layers of natural dyes. She feels a profound sense of gratitude for the opportunity to create, to connect with the ancient traditions of her ancestors and to imbue her work with beauty, meaning, and a deep sense of purpose. She whispers a silent prayer asking for guidance, inspiration, and the continued strength to pursue her craft with unwavering dedication. She knows that the act of creation is a sacred one, a precious gift to be cherished, protected, and shared with the world. She vows to continue her work with humility, reverence, and a deep sense of responsibility, always striving to create something that will bring joy, peace, and a sense of connection to others. The shuttle glides back and forth, its rhythmic motion a gentle invitation to surrender completely to the comforting embrace of sleep, to let go of all worries and anxieties and drift peacefully into the realm of dreams. You might imagine the threads of silk as strands of shimmering starlight, weaving together to create a breathtaking tapestry of dreams, a safe and comforting haven for your mind, body, and soul. Each breath you take is a thread, each heartbeat a tiny knot securing the pattern, each passing moment a delicate stitch in the ever-growing fabric of your peaceful and restorative slumber. And so, dear dreamer, as the loom continues its steady, unwavering rhythm, allow yourself to drift deeper and deeper into the tranquil realm of dreams. Let the soothing sounds of the night wash gently over you. Let the comforting sense of the workshop envelop you in a warm embrace, and let the gentle, rhythmic motion of the shuttle lull you into a state of perfect peace and serenity. The story will continue to unfold, weaving new images, sensations, and emotions into the rich and vibrant fabric of your sleep. But for now, simply rest, relax, and allow yourself to be carried away on the silken threads of your dreams, knowing that you are safe, secure, and deeply loved. The hush of the workshop is a living thing, breathing in the darkness, exhaling calm. The loom, now at rest, stands as a monument to the day's quiet labor, its wooden frame glowing faintly in the silver wash of moonlight that slips through the shirty screens. The air is cool and still, yet it holds the memory of warmth of lantern light, of Aya's presence, of the gentle friction of silk threads passing through skilled hands. The scent of cedar, indigo, and faintly sweet rice paste lingers, mingling with the subtle perfume of tatami mats and the distant, earthy aroma of the garden outside. You find yourself alone in this sacred space, the world outside receding until it is nothing but a soft, distant murmur. The city of Kyoto, with its winding alleys and ancient temples, is sleeping. The only sounds are the faintest echoes, the sigh of a breeze through bamboo, the delicate chime of glass wind bells, the occasional far-off bark of a dog. Here, in the heart of the workshop, time seems to slow and thicken, each moment stretching out like a silken thread, inviting you to linger, to notice, to rest. You step forward, your bare feet sinking into the gentle give of the tatami. The mats are cool and springy, their woven surface texture beneath your toes. Each step is a small act of mindfulness, grounding you in the present, inviting you to let go of the day's worries. You move slowly, reverently, as if entering a temple, your senses open to every detail. The walls are lined with bolts of silk, each one a silent story waiting to be told. You pause before a bolt of indigo, its color deep and mysterious, like the sky just before dawn. You run your fingers along its surface, feeling the impossibly smooth texture, the way the light plays across the weave, shifting from blue-black to violet to the faintest hint of silver. You imagine the journey of this silk, the mulberry leaves eaten by silkworms, the delicate cocoon spun in the quiet of a summer afternoon, the careful unwinding of thread, the patient dyeing in vats of fermented indigo. You picture the dyer's hands, stained blue, lifting the silk from the vat, watching as it changes color in the air, a small miracle repeated for centuries. Next, your gaze falls on a bolt of crimson crimson silk, the color of autumn maples. Its surface glows with an inner fire as if it holds the memory of sunlight filtered through red leaves. You imagine the forests of Japan in late October, the air crisp and fragrant, the ground carpeted with fallen leaves. You think of poets and painters inspired by this fleeting beauty, trying to capture its essence in words and brushstrokes. You remember that in Japanese tradition, the color red is a symbol of life, of celebration, of the warmth of the hearth and the joy of festivals. You move onto a bolt of pale green silk, the color of new moss after rain. Its texture is soft, almost velvety, inviting you to linger, to press your cheek against its cool surface. You imagine a temple garden hidden behind high walls where moss grows thick and undisturbed, muffling footsteps, inviting contemplation. You think of the monks who tend these gardens, their movements slow and deliberate, their minds quiet and clear. You feel a kinship with them, a sense that you, too, are tending a garden of thoughts, of dreams, of memories. Wander deeper into the workshop, your fingers trailing along the bolts of silk, your mind drifting on a tide of images and sensations. You pause before the loom, its presence both solid and graceful, a testament to the ingenuity and patience of generations. You reach out and touch the shuttle, its wood worn smooth by countless journeys back and forth, back and forth. You imagine Aya sitting here, her posture relaxed but attentive, her hands moving with the confidence of long practice. You see her eyes focused and serene, her lips moving in a silent song, her breath in harmony with the rhythm of the loom. You lower yourself to the floor, crossing your legs on the tatami and close your eyes. The darkness behind your eyelids is soft and welcoming, a space where you can let go, where you can simply be. You breathe in slowly and deeply, filling your lungs with the cool, fragrant air. You breathe out, releasing tension, letting your shoulders drop, your jaw unclench, your hands rest loosely in your lap. With each breath, you feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation. You imagine your thoughts as threads, some bright and lively, others pale and wispy, all of them weaving together into a tapestry of calm. You picture the shuttle moving through the warp, each pass smoothing out a worry, each beat of the loom settling your mind. The rhythm is hypnotic, and out, like the gentle rocking of a boat on a still lake. In your mind's eye, you become a silkworm, small and vulnerable, yet filled with purpose. You feel the urge to spin, to create, to wrap yourself in a cocoon of your own making. The thread emerges from within you, impossibly fine and strong, wrapping around and around, layer upon layer, until you are safe, protected, suspended in a world of softness and quiet. You rest there, knowing that transformation is possible, that in time you will emerge changed, renewed. You shift, and now you are the weaver sitting at the loom, your hands guiding the shuttle, your eyes following the pattern as it emerges. You feel the weight of tradition, the presence of ancestors watching over you, their wisdom in your fingertips. You sense the connection between your breath and the movement of the loom, the way your heartbeat sets the tempo, the way your thoughts become part of the fabric. You are not alone, you are part of a lineage, a community of makers who have found meaning in the act of creation. You imagine the fabric you are weaving, its colors and patterns shifting with your mood. Perhaps it is a landscape, mountains rising in the distance, rivers winding through valleys, clouds drifting across a pale sky. Perhaps it is a garden, peonies and irises blooming in riotous color, bamboo swaying in the breeze, koi gliding through clear water. Perhaps it is something more abstract, waves of blue and green, ripples of gold, a dance of light and shadow. Whatever the pattern, it is yours, unique and unrepeatable, a reflection of your inner world. You pause, and now you are the garment, a kimono draped over the shoulders of someone who cherishes beauty and tradition. You feel the warmth of their body, the way the fabric moves with their breath, the way it catches the light worn at festivals and ceremonies, at moments of celebration and reflection. You are passed down from generation to generation, your threads holding memories, your patterns telling stories. You breathe in, feeling the peace of the workshop settle into your bones. You are surrounded by beauty, by creativity, by the echoes of laughter and song, of whispered prayers and quiet determination. You are connected to something larger than yourself, something timeless and enduring. A river of tradition that flows through you and beyond you. Slowly, you open your eyes, returning to the present moment. The workshop is still and silent. The moonlight painting patterns on the floor. You rise, stretching your arms overhead. Feeling the gentle pull in your muscles, the release of tension, you walk to the door, sliding open the shuji screen and step out into the night. The air is cool and fresh, carrying the scent of blooming wisteria and damp earth. The city is quiet, its streets bathed in silver, its gardens and temples shrouded in shadow. You walk slowly, your footsteps soft on the stone path, your mind clear and calm. You pass by ancient walls, their surfaces worn smooth by centuries of wind and rain. You hear the distant sound of water, a stream flowing through a hidden garden, its song a lullaby for the night. You pause beneath a cherry tree, its branches heavy with blossoms. The petals glow in the moonlight, their edges tinged with silver. A breeze stirs and a shower of petals drifts down, settling on your hair, your shoulders, your hands. You close your eyes, feeling the cool touch of the petals, the way they melt against your skin, leaving only a memory of softness. You continue your walk, passing by a temple gate, its wooden beams dark and sturdy, its roof curved like the wing of a crane. You bow your head in respect, feeling the presence of the sacred, the weight of history. You hear the faint sound of a bell, its tone deep and resonant, echoing through the night. You let the sound wash over you, clearing your mind, opening your heart. At last, you return home, slipping inside, closing the door behind you. You move through the familiar rooms, the floor cool beneath your feet, the air filled with the scent of tatami and cedar. You change into a soft yukata, the fabric cool and smooth against your skin. You slip beneath the covers, pulling them up to your chin, feeling the warmth gather around you. You close your eyes, listening to the sounds of the night, the wind in the trees, the distant call of an owl, the steady beat of your own heart. You imagine the loom, the shuttle, the threads weaving together, creating a tapestry of dreams. You let yourself drift, floating on a sea of calm, knowing that you are safe, that you are loved, that you are part of a story that is still unfolding. Sleep well, gentle dreamer. Let the silken threads of your dreams carry you into a world of peace and wonder, where every breath is a blessing, every moment a gift, every night a new beginning. The night deepens and the city of Kyoto lies wrapped in a hush as soft as the finest silk. The moon, now high above the tile rooftops, bathes the world in a gentle, silvery glow. In the quiet streets, lanterns flicker behind shuji screens, their light diffused into a warm, golden haze. The air is cool and still, carrying the faintest scent of wisteria and the distant, comforting aroma of wood smoke from a neighbor's hearth. Somewhere, a nightingale sings its song, a delicate thread weaving through the silence, a lullaby for all who listen. Inside the workshop, the loom stands silent, but the memory of its rhythm lingers in the air. The bolts of silk along the wall seem to shimmer in the moonlight, their colors deepening and shifting with every breath of wind that stirs the paper screens. The indigo blues are now almost black, mysterious and infinite. The crimson bolts glow with a secret fire. The mossy greens and pale golds seem to hold the promise of dawn. Each bolt is a story, a dream waiting to be unfurled. You find yourself drawn to a low wooden bench near the window, where a small brazier still glows with the last embers of the evening's fire. Warmth is subtle, a gentle radiance that seeps into your bones, inviting you to settle, to rest. reflection of the city's heartbeat far below. The world outside is distant now, softened by the hush of night and the cocoon of the workshop. You close your eyes and listen. The sounds are gentle, layered, and soothing. The faint crackle of the brazier, the whisper of silk shifting in the night air, the distant chime of a bell from a temple on the hillside. Each sound is a thread weaving together into a tapestry of calm. You breathe in slow and deep, filling your lungs with the cool, fragrant air. You breathe out, letting your shoulders drop, your jaw loosen, your hands rest in your lap. As you sit, you begin to imagine the life of the workshop beyond the loom. You picture Aya's family, generations of weavers and dyers, each one adding their own chapter to the story of this place. You see Aya as a child, her hair tied back with a strip of indigo cloth, watching her grandmother at the loom, her eyes wide with wonder. You see her father, strong and patient, tending the vats of dye in the courtyard, his hands stained blue, his face serene. You see her mother carefully folding finished bolts of silk, her movements graceful and precise, her voice humming a lullaby that drifts through the open window. You imagine the rituals that mark the passing of the seasons in this household. In spring, the family gathers mulberry leaves for the silkworms, their laughter mingling with the song of the river. In summer, they tend the garden, coaxing indigo plants to grow tall and strong, their roots deep in the rich earth. In autumn, they harvest the cocoons, their fingers gentle and sure, their hearts filled with gratitude for the gifts of nature. In winter, they gather round the brazier, sharing stories and tea, their voices soft and warm in the cold night. You picture the tools of the trade, each one worn smooth by years of use. The loom, of course, is the heart of the workshop, its beams polished by countless hands, its strings humming with the memory of 1,000 patterns. The shuttle, carved from fragrant cedar, fits perfectly in the palm, its weight a comfort, its motion a meditation. The brushes for applying rice paste, the scissors for trimming threads, the wooden paddles for smoothing the finished cloth, all are cherished, cared for, passed down from one generation to the next. You imagine the process of creation, each step a dance between intention and chance. The silkworms spin their cocoons in the quiet of the garden, their work hidden and mysterious. Threads are unwound, washed and dyed, their colors deepening with each dip in the vat. The warp is set on the loom, each thread carefully aligned, the tension just so. The weft is woven in row by row, the pattern emerging slowly, almost magically, beneath the weaver's hands. You see Aya at her loom, her face illuminated by the soft glow of a lantern. She works in silence, her movements fluid and unhurried, her breath in harmony with the rhythm of the shuttle. She hums a tune, a melody older than memory, its notes rising and falling like the tide. The fabric grows beneath her hands, its colors shifting with the light, its pattern a secret language known only to those who take the time to look. You imagine the finished cloth, smooth and cool to the touch, its surface alive with subtle variations in color and texture. You see it transform into a kimono, the fabric draped over a wooden form, the seams stitched with invisible care. You picture the wearers standing before a mirror, their eyes shining with pride and anticipation. The kimono is more than a garment. It is a story, a blessing, a piece of the weaver's heart. You let your mind drift, following the threads of memory and imagination. You see the workshop in different seasons, at different times of day. In the early morning, the light is soft and golden, the air filled with the scent of fresh tea and the promise of new beginnings. At midday, the sun streams through the open windows, casting patterns of light and shadow on the floor. In the evening, the lanterns glow, the shadows deepen, and the world outside fades into a gentle blur. You imagine the sounds of the workshop, the creak of the loom, the whisper of silk, the soft murmur of voices, the laughter of children playing in the courtyard. You hear the rain tapping on the roof, the wind rustling the bamboo, the distant call of a temple bell. is a thread, weaving together into a fabric of peace and comfort. You picture yourself as part of this world, your hands learning the feel of the shuttle, your eyes tracing the patterns in the cloth, your heart attuned to the rhythm of creation. You feel the satisfaction of a job well done, the quiet pride of making something beautiful and lasting. You sense the connection to those who came before and to those who will come after, each one adding their own thread to the tapestry. You open your eyes and look around the workshop. The moonlight has shifted, casting new patterns on the floor. The embers in the brazier glow softly, their warmth a gentle reminder of the fire that sustains life. The bolts of silk along the wall seem to breathe, their colors deepening and changing with the light. The loom stands ready, waiting for the next day, the next story, the next dream. You rise from the bench and move to the window, sliding open the shuji screen to let in the cool night air. The garden outside is a world of shadows and silver, the stones and plants arranged with meticulous care. A small pond reflects the moon, its surface broken only by the occasional ripple of a fish. The scent of moss and damp earth drifts into the room, mingling with the fragrance of silk and dye. You step outside, feeling the cool grass beneath your feet, the night air on your skin. You walk slowly through the garden, your senses open to every detail, the roughness of the stones, the softness of the moss, the delicate fragrance of a single white camellia blooming in the shadows. You pause beside the pond, watching the fish glide through the water, their movements slow and graceful, the scales catching the light. You sit on a smooth stone, your body relaxed, your mind quiet. You listen to the sounds of the night, the gentle splash of water, the rustle of leaves, the distant song of the nightingale. You breathe in, feeling the peace of the garden settle into your bones. You breathe out, letting go of the last remnants of tension, the last flickers of thought. You close your eyes and imagine yourself as a thread in the great tapestry of life, woven together with all the others, each one unique, each one essential. You feel the strength of the fabric, the way it holds and supports, the way it adapts and endures. You know that you are part of something larger, something timeless and beautiful. You rise and return to the workshop, slipping inside, closing the door behind you. You move through the familiar space, the floor cool beneath your feet, the air filled with the scent of tatami and cedar. You change into a soft yukata, the fabric cool and smooth against your skin. You slip beneath the covers, pulling them up to your chin, feeling the warmth gather around you. You close your eyes, listening to the sounds of the night, the wind in the trees, the distant call of an owl, the steady beat of your own heart. You imagine the loom, the shuttle, the threads weaving together, creating a tapestry of dreams. You let yourself drift, floating on a sea of calm, knowing that you are safe, that you are loved, that you are part of a story that is still unfolding. Sleep well, gentle dreamer. Let the silken threads of your dreams carry you into a world of peace and wonder, where every breath is a blessing, every moment a gift, every night a new beginning. The velvet curtain of night has fallen completely over Kyoto, draping the ancient city in a hush so profound it feels almost sacred. The moon, a pearl in the inky sky, casts its ethereal glow upon the tiled rooftops, the serene gardens, and the labyrinthine lanes, painting the world in shades of silver and shadow. A gentle breeze whispers through the bamboo groves, carrying the faintest scent of wisteria blossoms and the distant, comforting aroma of wood smoke curling from a neighbor's chimney. The air is cool and still, pregnant with the promise of dreams. You lie nestled in your bed, the soft yukata caressing your skin, covers pulled snugly around you like a comforting embrace. The room is bathed in darkness, yet it feels far from empty. It is filled with the lingering presence of the workshop, the tranquil beauty of the garden, the vibrant energy of the city slumbering just beyond your walls. You can almost hear the gentle rhythm of the loom, the shuttle gliding back and forth with effortless grace, the threads weaving together to create a tapestry of dreams, a sanctuary of peace. The story of Aya, her devoted family, and the countless generations of skilled weavers who came before her echoes softly in your mind. A gentle lullaby that soothes your spirit and eases you towards slumber. As you surrender to the embrace of sleep, your thoughts drift back to the workshop, to that enchanting world of silk and shadow, of flickering lantern light and moonlit gardens. You imagine Aya stirring before the first hint of dawn, her footsteps barely audible on the tatami mats, her breath misting in the cool morning air. She carefully lights a single lantern, its warm glow casting a comforting circle of light around the loom, illuminating the intricate patterns that await her touch. She settles onto her cushion, her posture relaxed yet attentive, her hands moving with the practiced grace honed over years of dedication. She meticulously checks the tension of the warp threads, adjusts the position of the shuttle, and prepares to begin her day's work, her movements imbued with a sense of purpose and quiet determination. Fabric slowly grows beneath her skilled hands, its colors subtly shifting with the changing light, its intricate pattern a secret language understood only by those who possess the patience and sensitivity to truly see. She hums a soft tune, a melody passed down through generations, its notes rising and falling like the gentle ebb and flow of the tide. The sound is barely audible, almost a whisper, yet it fills the workshop with a profound sense of peace, a tangible expression of her unwavering dedication to her craft. Rhythmic beat of the loom is hypnotic, a gentle pulse that calms the mind, soothes the spirit, and invites you to surrender to the present moment. You imagine the workshop gradually coming to life as the sun begins its ascent. First rays of dawn filtering through the delicate shuji screens, casting intricate patterns of gold and shadow upon the floor. Aya's family slowly gathers for their morning meal, their voices hushed and warm, their laughter mingling with the comforting sounds of tea being poured, rice steaming in a traditional pot, and miso soup gently simmering on the hearth. The day unfolds slowly, deliberately, each member of the household moving with intention and grace, their actions guided by deeply ingrained traditions and the unwavering bonds of love. Aya's younger brother, Kenji, carefully tends the indigo vats in the tranquil courtyard, his hands stained a deep, indelible blue from years of working with the precious dye. His face is serene, his movements deliberate as he stirs the indigo with a weathered wooden paddle, watching with a keen eye as the color deepens and intensifies, as the silk absorbs the very essence of the plant. He carefully lifts a length of fabric from the vat, holding it aloft to catch the morning light, marveling at the way it shimmers and shifts, at the way it seems to hold the vast expanse of the sky within its delicate threads. Their mother, Hannah, meticulously folds the finished bolts of silk, her movements graceful and precise, her touches light as a butterfly's wing. She carefully inspects each piece, her eyes sharp and discerning, searching for any imperfections, any flaws that might detract from its overall beauty. She murmurs words of praise or gentle correction, her voice a constant presence, a comforting thread that binds the family together, a reminder of their shared history and unwavering commitment to excellence. Their father, Takeshi, quietly prepares the tools for the day's work, sharpening scissors with a practiced hand, carefully oiling the loom to ensure its smooth operation, and meticulously checking the tension of the warp threads to guarantee the integrity of the fabric. He moves with quiet authority, his actions a silent lesson in patience, diligence, and the importance of taking pride in one's craft. The day unfolds in a series of small, meaningful rituals, each one a meditation, a prayer, a way of honoring the past, embracing the present, and preparing for the future. The family works together in perfect synchronized, their voices rising and falling in a gentle chorus of shared purpose. The rhythmic beat of the loom serves as the heartbeat of the household, its soothing song a constant reminder of the beauty, creativity, and enduring power of tradition. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, bathing the workshop in its golden light, colors of the silk seem to come alive, glowing with an inner fire, shimmering with an almost otherworldly radiance. The air is warm and fragrant, filled with the comforting sense of freshly brewed tea, steaming rice, and the earthy aromas of indigo and cedar wood. The sounds of the city drift in through the open windows, a gentle symphony of life, the distant clang of a temple bell calling monks to prayer, the joyful laughter of children playing in the nearby street, the soft murmur of a neighbor's voice as she barters for fresh produce at the market. The world outside is vibrant, alive, teeming with possibility, yet within the walls of the workshop, a sense of tranquility prevails, a sanctuary of peace and creativity. You imagine yourself moving through this enchanting space, your hands learning the feel of the smooth shuttle, your eyes tracing the intricate patterns in the cloth, your heart attuned to the rhythmic beat of the loom. You feel the deep satisfaction of a job well done, the quiet pride of creating something beautiful and lasting, something that will bring joy and comfort to others. You sense a profound connection to those who came before and to those who will follow, each one adding their unique thread to the ever-evolving tapestry of tradition. As the day gently draws to a close, casting long shadows across the city, the family gathers in the tranquil garden, their work completed, their hearts full of gratitude. They settle beneath the ancient cherry trees, their branches laden with delicate blossoms, their petals drifting down like snowflakes, blanketing the ground in a soft, ethereal carpet. They share a simple meal of rice, vegetables, and fish, their voices low in content, their laughter mingling with the sweet song of the nightingale. The air is cool and sweet, the sky a vast expanse of deep blue. First stars beginning to twinkle in the gathering darkness. Aya gazes up at the moon, her eyes shining with a quiet sense of wonder and gratitude. She reflects on the fabric she has woven throughout the day, on the stories it will carry, on the lives it will touch in ways she can only imagine. She feels the comforting presence of her ancestors, their wisdom guiding her hands, their unwavering love filling her heart. She knows with a certainty that transcends words that she is part of something far larger than herself, something timeless, enduring, and profoundly beautiful. The family lingers in the garden, savoring the peace of the evening, the simple beauty of the world around them. They listen to the soothing sounds of the night, the gentle rustling of leaves in the bamboo grove, the distant call of an owl echoing through the hills, the soft splash of water in the koi pond. They breathe deeply, feeling the tranquility of the garden seep into their very bones, washing away the stresses of the day and preparing them for the restorative embrace of sleep. They breathe out, releasing any lingering worries, any anxieties that might cloud their minds, surrendering to the peace of the present moment. As the night deepens, the family slowly returns to the workshop, their footsteps barely audible on the stone path, their hearts filled with a quiet sense of contentment. They slip inside, closing the door gently behind them, the world outside fading into a soft, indistinct blur. They change into their soft, comfortable yukata, the fabric cool and smooth against their skin, a welcome sensation after a long day of labor. They slip beneath the covers of their futons, pulling them up to their chins, feeling the warmth gather around them like a comforting embrace. You imagine yourself lying beside them, your body completely relaxed, your mind quiet and still. You listen to the soothing sounds of the night, the gentle whisper of the wind in the trees, the distant call of an owl, the steady, rhythmic beat of your own heart. You imagine the loom standing silent in the darkness, chest, the shuttle at rest, the threads weaving together to create a tapestry of dreams, a sanctuary of peace and tranquility. You allow yourself to drift, floating on a sea of calm, knowing that you are safe, that you are loved, that you are an integral part of a story that is still unfolding, a journey that has no end. The vivid images of the workshop, the tranquil garden, and the ancient city of Kyoto begin to gently fade, their sharp edges softening, their vibrant colors blending into a soothing haze. The rhythmic beat of the loom gradually slows, the shuttle comes to a final peaceful rest, and the threads settle into place, their work complete. The story of Aya and her family lingers in your mind, a gentle echo that soothes your spirit and eases you into a state of profound relaxation. You feel your body growing heavier with each breath, your muscles relaxing, your thoughts drifting like petals on a gentle stream. The world around you is soft and quiet, a comforting cocoon of warmth and peace. You are safe, you are loved, you are at home in this moment. As you drift deeper and deeper into the embrace of sleep, the images of the story gradually dissolve, leaving only the gentle sounds of the night, the soft whisper of silk, the creak of the ancient loom, the distant murmur of voices, the haunting song of the nightingale. These soothing sounds seamlessly blend with the tranquil music that begins to play, a gentle melody that wraps around you like a silken shawl, supporting you as you sink into a deep, restorative slumber. The story has reached its end, but the peace and tranquility it has evoked will remain with you throughout the night. The images may fade from your conscious mind, but the comforting sounds and the soothing music will continue to play softly in the background, holding you in a space of calm and serenity, helping you to remain in a restful, healing sleep. Let the gentle rhythm of the loom, the soft rustle of silk, the distant chime of a temple bell, and the tranquil music guide you deeper and deeper into the realm of dreams. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to hold on to. You are free to let go, to surrender to the peace of the night, to drift into a world of dreams. If you find yourself waking during the night, or if your mind begins to wander, simply return your attention to the soothing sounds of the loom, the comforting feel of the silk, the tranquil beauty of the garden, the profound peace of the night. Let the gentle music carry you, let the soothing sounds wash over you. Let the memory of the story hold you in its comforting embrace. You are safe, you are loved, you are at home in this moment. Sleep well, gentle dreamer. May your dreams be filled with beauty, wonder, and peace, and may your rest be deep, restorative, and profoundly healing. The story will always be here, waiting to welcome you back, always ready to weave new patterns, new colors, new dreams. For now, simply let the music play, let the sounds wash over you, and allow yourself to drift into the deepest, most peaceful sleep imaginable. Good night, and may your dreams be as soft and beautiful as silk. The images will now gently fade away, leaving only a soft, dark screen. However, the soothing sounds of the loom, the garden, and the tranquil music will continue to play softly in the background, wrapping you in a cocoon of comfort and helping you to remain in a restful, healing sleep. Let yourself drift